Cameron starts the ball by throwing it in the air rather than bouncing in the mud. They'll get pretty muddy by the end of the day. O'Dwyer for the Demons, up towards half forward. Johnson can't take the mark, but recovers well at ground level. Crowd shouts, holding the ball. Umpire didn't agree. Corker-Mealis gets the hand pass out, and away goes St Kilda through Daniels. Eventually they lose it, and it's kicked forward by Newport for Melbourne. Sheldon the hand pass out. Good use of the body down there. Elphinston has a hand pass block. The Demons barreling the ball forward. Sheldon again from the back pocket. Back to half-back flank. A little bit high there for Frawley. It's close to the boundary line. Road is taken in the back. Ball goes out. The umpire will throw it in.
And Jason Daniels put that tackle on. And he's got up limping. Let's hope he's not too badly hurt, because he played an outstanding game in that last 10 minutes against the Cats last week. Steins down to the ground. It's on half forward. This is Alan Johnson, has been starring in defence. At the moment he's lining up on the forward line. A good attempt to mark by Russell Jeffrey. Couldn't take it though, and over the line it goes. Half forward for Melbourne. Interesting move. Tony Campbell, normally a forward, is lining up at full-back on Lockett. Now whether he stays there, I thought Sean White would have been the man there. It's at half forward. Brian Wilson tries to get his boot to ball. It's kicked away for the Saints down towards centre wing. In they go after play on, said the umpire. That's Ricky Nixon to half forward. Oh, the big fist was missed. That was by Sharon. He's playing on Gotch, but he missed it completely. Or was it Dersma? Might have been Jamie Dersma. I think there he is on screen. It's on half forward at the opposite end of the ground. This time, of course, for the Saints.
Looks as though we mightn't get through the game without rain. Big pack around this. Going St Kilda's way. Wimnar. Dersma. Quickly the hand pass back to Jackson. He's kicked to centre half back. All St Kilda here. And the mark taken by Dwyer. 20-year-old youngster playing his third game. To full forward, dropping short of Lockett. Still a chance for the Saints. Lovett got the hand pass away. White. Kick smothered. Campbell. Good tackle by Lockett. Chance for Gotch. Off the left boot. The kick won't carry. And Dersma has time to fumble on the line and clear for the Demons. It might have gone through for a score, actually.
Yes. Over the line for sure.
So, first score of the match are behind us, St Kilda.
Well, Jamie Dersma all on his own. Touch of the fumbles. There's Tony Campbell. Must have copped one in the eye there. Towards halfback, the big fist away was by Dean Rice. Big wow, lumbers after the ball. That's Raul Jones, Warren Jones, formerly of Carlton, Nathan Burke. To Russell Jeffrey, up to Lockett, out he comes, he's got it, to Gotch, Gotch on the right foot, a quick step, he goals.
That's a brilliant play there by Tony Lockett. A very big player, and Brad Gotch, an excellent rover there with great skills. Knew where to go at the right time. There's a kick into the forward line from Jeffrey, Lockett out in front of Campbell, quick handball over to Gotchi. And Brad Gotch kicks St Kilda's first goal on his right foot, which is not his natural kicking foot.
Thrown up again in the middle by umpire Cameron. Fumbled by Burke. Newport gets a little kick out. Goes to Frawley. Back to Rice. Oh, well dodged by Dean Rice. Mature beyond his years. High climb by White, but he couldn't take the mark. Wimnar with his skills at ground level. Puts it wide for Lockett. Great football.
Well, this is a brilliant start by St Kilda. They've got their supporters right behind them down here at the Moorabbin ground. And Lockett knew when to lead when Wimnar gets that ball. Brilliant pass by Nicky Wimnar.
Tony Lockett burst back to form last week with 7 goals. Lining up for his first today. He's got it.
And Lockett's a very important player in the St Kilda side. When Tony Lockett's firing up in that forward line, St Kilda seem to fire. He's only kicked 19 goals for the season. That's his 20th. And of course he missed 3 games through suspension, but a very important player, and Campbell's in for a, well, I wouldn't like to be doing his job this afternoon, Peter. Very tough job down there at fullback.
Well, great to see that beautiful foot pass by Wimnar, and tremendous to see a player looking for his full forward. Lockett, it was a difficult mark too. He marked it high up on his chest. Well, a big job for Campbell, as Bernie said. O'Dwyer gets the hit out, but it was straight to Daniels. Kicked off the ground by Alphonson. Oh, Corker-Mealis is clear. This is Muller. Muller has a smothered. He's still got it. He kicks long. Lockett ducks back. It's a wide kick and sneaks through for a behind. But St Kilda doing all the attacking. They're on 2-2-14, leading the Demons yet to score.
And they don't have a wind advantage, whatever breeze is blowing across the ground. Campbell kicks in. O'Dwyer has been their leading mark taker by a long way all year. Out to Newport. Now to Lockett. And up to half forward. Drop short of Steins. And the mark dropped by Muller. Comes back to Muller. Oh, he's doing well. Former Carlton man. To half forward. Low. Props and cops. Goes to ground. No whistle. Comes Melbourne's way now. Newport again. Kicking wide. And finding touch on centre wing.
And already you can see signs it's going to be a tough game this for Melbourne. They're sitting on top and the Saints down low. But of course they had a great win against the Cats last week at Geelong. There's Newport. Oh, the ball was smothered. Still at half forward with Johnson. Nathan Burke dives in on it. Scoots it out. Players pounce in on top of it. Halfway between centre wing and half forward. That's slightly in the attacking zone for Melbourne. The Saints a terrific start. A goal to Gotch firstly and then to Lockett. Lockett having a hand in both of those. Now here's Peter Rode, the former Carlton player. The advantage was called. Here's a chance up at full forward. A good mark to Gary Lyon in front of Robert Elphinston. Lyon, good to see him back in the Melbourne side. A very talented player. Greg Healy, the captain's out with a fractured cheekbone. And Gary Lyon has taken his place and is lining up at full forward. Should be able to get it from there, Bernie.
Yes, you make the distance, no worries, Peter.
Well, he's directly in front. And the St Kilda crowd wishing this to miss. Oh, he's slightly off the side of the boot, and he has missed.
Well, I don't know whether there were 5,000 faces at the back of the goal blowing that ball around. But their wish came true. Elphinston's kick in. Difficult for Frawley, but great mark. Taken on Williams. Back to Jeffrey. Up towards centre wing. Goes past Nixon and out of bounds. Nixon on White. We thought that Sean White might get the job on Tony Lockett, but he's picked up Ricky Nixon. And Tony Campbell is on Lockett, who's hand passed for a goal and kicked a goal himself. And Campbell already troubled with an injured eye. Boundary throw in. Could have been in the back, that one. No whistle. Steins on all fours and eventually out again for another throw in.
Well, this is almost on centre wing. Wow, Jones, Warren Jones, number 10, a huge job for him. Two big blokes to beat today. Steins and O'Dwyer, all their strong work. Now that was Nixon getting it out to Daniels, who slipped as he kicked. He's looking for Coughlin, but it beats Frank Coughlin over the line. Round towards the half forward line, and maybe there's a slight breeze going St Kilda's end, looking at the windsock. Certainly at the start of the game there wasn't much at all, but you saw that windsock there and slightly going down the St Kilda's end. There's Lowe doing the ruck work, but he's beaten for it. Grabbed by Jackson, a hurried kick, travels about 20 metres. Steins hooks it out to Rode. Frawley in the back, could have been. No, said the umpire. The two umpires today, Peter Cameron and Mike Ball.
St Kilda 2 goals to Melbourne 1 behind. Melbourne on top of the ladder. Jackson charges into the pack, gets a kick in up towards half forward. Sheldon can't keep the ball in, so it's been out of play a lot on that side, and that's not surprising perhaps with the breeze mostly across the ground blowing that way. Sunny at the moment, but there are some dark looking clouds around, as though we might get some rain later on. Steins clean possession. Hand pass forward off the ground by Phoebe, gains about 35 metres, and it's out up towards the 50-metre mark.
Not a bad crowd here. They were expecting a huge crowd. I would estimate round about the 20-odd thousand mark, I would think. Jones against Steins, the Irishman, Peter Rode. Now that was back to Williams, and Williams brings it to half forward where Brett Bailey has taken the mark. He's 50 metres out there. Oh, nice looking drop punt too. One-on-one duel. Oh, Lyon, a good attempt. Oh, I don't know about that. It's been paid. It's a free kick to Lyon. He stuck his backside out. Elphinston couldn't do much about it, but he's paid the free kick to Lyon right in front, Peter Cameron. And have a look at it. Oh, I don't know about that, Bernie.
Pretty technical, that, Peter. May have laid a hand on him, but in the end, there wasn't much in it at all.
Well, he's on a very acute angle. He might run out to the right and hook it in. Gary Lyon. Bit unlucky there, Robert Elphinston. There's the kick. And he is goal.
Yeah, well, he's a good player, Gary Lyon. He was named on the half-forward line, but he's playing at full forward. And Elphinstone has the job on him, which is a big job too for Elphinstone. Frawley, I think, is probably the best fullback in that side. There, with that arm around, may have held him around the waist there. A little bit of interference.
Oh, if you paid those free kicks, you'd be paying free kicks all day.
Melbourne making a change here with Johnson. Back in the centre after Melbourne's first goal. O'Dwyer. Oh, courage by Gotch to go in there. Newport out of the middle. Up through centre half forward it goes. Bailey a clever tap. Jackson 40 metres out. Stein's on the run. Goes for goal. The Demons. Oh, he's missed it.
Ricky Jackson's a danger player for St Kilda. He won the game for them last week when they were only 5 points up at three-quarter time against Fitzroy. Kicked 3 goals in that last quarter, and St Kilda will really have to watch him.
Robert Elphinston bringing it in out of defence. Rode was the player at the back. Oh, it's still in play. Daniels, young Jason Daniels, 17-year-old. Oh, that was clever play. Brian Wilson was in there, and Ricky Nixon. Eventually it's forced over the line. It's almost on centre wing. 1 goal the difference. Clouds starting to get dark in the distance, so we might get a spot of rain, as Drew, our weatherman, predicted. David Grant. Again, that was David Williams with a hurry kick to centre of the ground, or overrunning it was Dean Rice. This lets the Demons in. Yates to Wilson. The short pass is on the Lyon. He dives. Now, did he mark it? The umpire's paying it. It could have been a half volley one. Is it 50 metres as well?
Oh, no.
That is very bad umpiring. Now, Elphinston had no chance of knowing whether the umpire had paid the mark or not there. So why is it 50 metres?
I agree completely, Peter, and I don't think the mark was even there. It was a half volley, I'm sure. So Elphinston, I think, was entitled to think that he should go in and lay that tackle.
Well, that's another goal to Melbourne. The St Kilda supporters not happy.
Yes, and that's 2 rather doubtful goals. Gary Lyon would have had a hard shot there. Very tricky kicking towards that goal because the wind does swirl around. Let's have a look at that mark again, whether he did get it or not. No, definitely bounced. So bad luck there for Robert Elphinston.
Good play by Lyon to claim it, though, and try and fool the umpire, which he did. Umpire caught behind on that occasion, but a bit of luck going Melbourne's way, Drew. Oh.
Well, the umpire's not too popular here at Moorabbin. Yates is kicked straight back into the pack, and umpire Ball, who's the main villain of the piece, comes in to throw it in the air. West Australian Mike Ball. Huge pack around this. Warren Jones hands to it. In goes Coughlin, number 15. And the umpire will have to throw it up again. Scores are level, 2 goals to apiece, and we're midway through the opening term.
Well, Melbourne have been doing all the attacking in the past 5 or 6 minutes. They're starting to get on top. O'Dwyer, another freak. Oh, gee, there's going to be some roars, but that was there. It's over the shoulder to Steve O'Dwyer as he brings it to half forward. Sheldon and Jackson, but they all stand back. Now, there's a bit of staging going on there, I think. Is that Lovatt? Looks like Brett Lovatt. He's had an outstanding season. Oh, the loose man is Jackson. He's clear. 35 metres out. Ricky Jackson fires a goal. It could be another one. It is.
Well, that's one man who should never be left alone, Ricky Jackson. Got tremendous pace on that forward line. Very dangerous around the goals. And he knows where those goals are. There's a pass from Lovatt out to Jackson. Not a St Kilda player anywhere near him. And that's bad defence by St Kilda.
Ken Sheldon's man. He's manning him up now, but way too late.
50 metres away, Drew.
Oh, O'Dwyer up very early. And he put his foot out, said umpire Cameron, and the free kick's going to Warren Jones. And listen to the roars from the St Kilda fans. They haven't had a free for about 5 minutes. Jones up to half forward, low in front. Easy for a man that size. Back to Corcomelis. Not too sure why he played on so quickly there.
Touch off the boot.
Was touched off the boot. So it's a scramble now at centre half forward for the Saints. Gotch. No distance with the kick, but a chance for Wimnar. Oh, Nixon crashing through. Comes out to Lovell of Melbourne. He kicks up short of centre wing. All St Kilda. Rice. Well blocked by O'Dwyer. Comes to Jones. And back to Rice again. Good paddle out. And this is great stuff. Daniels, the schoolboy. Wide for Nixon. 60 metres out from goal. Campbell in front of Lockett. Lockett's got him in a tackle. It spills down here and snapped for goal, but goes out of bounds on the full. And that came from Frawley, who was a long way up the ground.
Well, Alan Johnson started on the half-forward line, certainly on the forward line somewhere, and now he's down in the back pocket taking this kick. Lockett on the mark. I think we're in for a great contest. Melbourne with a goal in front at the moment. O'Dwyer is the big man ducking back. It's fisted away from him, though. Straight over the line, half-forward for the Saints. We mentioned a big job for Tony Campbell playing on Lockett. Melbourne sitting on top of the ladder, and they're a very, very good side. O'Dwyer beautifully tapped that one out. There's Coughlin, a hand pass, grabbed by Stephen Newport. Tremendous skill as he brings it to half forward. Oh, Stein showing a lot of courage, but he loses it. Kenny Sheldon, a long driving torpedo punch. Sean White's the big flyer. Wide to Wimnar. He's caught. Play on, said the umpire. Oh, gee, a lot of pressure on out there at the moment. It's at half forward, and Peter Cameron will probably bounce it half forward for the Saints.
O'Dwyer beats low. Daniels is bowled over by O'Dwyer, and the ball goes out. Sorry, Jason Daniels, just a 17-year-old, playing his 5th game, still a schoolboy. Here's O'Dwyer and Lowe. Coughlin, second chance, maybe get a 3rd chance. Lovell goes the hand pass back, but he misses White. They've taken it defensively, Melbourne. Back to Lovett. Gets the kick out of defence. Lowe again, this time on the chest. Looking for Lockett. Lockett in front. There was a bit of shepherding, and Lockett's going to get the free kick. It wasn't against Campbell, it was against the man in front of the pack, Alan Johnson.
That's a terrible decision.
That is a shocking decision.
Johnson was standing there waiting to go for the mark.
What's this?
Lockett's charged into his back.
That is the worst decision I've ever seen. These umpires are just evening up.
No,
unbelievable. Gee, I hope they've got a board man here. Fair dinkum.
So Tony Lockett for his 2nd goal. Right in front, 40 metres out. Close. He's kicked it.
Yes, that's Tony Lockett's 2nd goal, but that was a dead set charity.
Well,
can't imagine why he would play that free kick. Johnson was surely entitled to stand there where the ball was coming.
Just have a look at it. Oh,
Lockett straight into his back. There's no free kick there. If there's any free kick, it was to Johnson for a free push in the back.
Well, we've said for years they even up. That was a dead set evener upper, that one. But still, it's a goal, and it probably makes up for one up the other end where Lyon didn't take the mark. 3 goals, 2 apiece. And we're in for a red-hot contest here as we see Brian Wilson bring it out of the centre. Oh, gee, a bit of a fumble by Grant. Finds Rice to Kenny Sheldon, who's getting plenty of kicks in that back pocket. He goes wide to Nixon. 2 former Carlton players combining. Here's young Jason Daniels. He's got it, the 17-year-old. Gets his boot the ball, and he finds Gotch. Gotch. Back it comes to Nixon. He's looking for Lockett. Oh, couldn't trap the ball. And it goes past his outstretched hand and through for a behind. So 3-3 St Kilda. Melbourne on 3-2.
And 9.5 minutes remaining in the 1st quarter. Campbell, Jones late on the scene to spoil O'Dwyer. Wilson played it well and wins the free. Acting captain for the Demons today. Oh, terrible kick. Oh, just bounced in. And there'll be a throw in, despite the efforts of the spectator down there, who said, well, there's a photographer actually inside the fence. He reckoned it was out on the full. I reckon he should get his big lens onto that one. Comes to Coughlin from Jones. Gotch. Thumped away by Sharon to Lovett. He's caught from behind, didn't see the tackler coming. Spills to Wimnar. Sharon will be happy to see the boundary line. And a throw-in.
There's a lot of feeling out there at the moment. You can sense it, Bernie.
Oh, it's been a tremendous start to this match. The tackling's been great.
Well, it's in that forward pocket. Or O'Dwyer, it's Sean White over the top. The big fist, Nathan Burke. Oh, well kept in play too, but he gives it straight back to Stretch towards centre wing. Warren Jones. And he's the idol down here at St Kilda. They love him. As he brings it to the centre of the ground, Frank Coughlin couldn't take it. David Grant was caught, had no chance of getting rid of that. Oh, Mr. Mike Ball, I think you ought to have a good look at your umpiring at the moment. He had no chance whatsoever of disposing of that ball.
And then there should have been a 50-metre penalty because Grant threw it back well over Johnson's head.
Johnson puts it very wide for Steins. He won't be able to keep that in. No, he took it out. And a throw in about 55 metres from goal.
I think, Drew, you must have a reasonable chance of disposing of the ball, else the game would be a schmozzle.
Well, Johnson just sweated on him then. So he got a free kick then that perhaps he didn't deserve, and earlier on he should have got one which he didn't get. So maybe there have been a couple of evener-uppers. Jones wins, but it goes to Jackson. An open centre-half forward position for Melbourne. Lyon streams up from full forward. Rode is there as well. 2 against 2. Rode, oh, Lovell taken out of it beautifully by Jeffrey. Blocked by Elphinston. Daniels. Oh, well done, son.
He's a goer, isn't he? A goer, Bernie.
Oh, they're having a go, St Kilda. There's no doubt about that. Only won 2 games, but they really want to win this one.
Oh, bit of interference there in the ruck work. Play on to the umber. There he goes again, Daniels, but he hooks it out and went straight to Lovett. Lovett hooks it back off. Frawley underneath it. Ducks back. Oh, good play, Frawley. Taps it away to the boundary line. Tremendous defensive play because he was under enormous pressure, Danny Frawley. A big heart, Frawley. Just gives 100% every week. It's in that forward pocket. It's getting very dark overhead. We get a spot of rain shortly, I think. Wow, Jones doing very, very well in the rucks. Rode. Nathan Burke was the man who knocked it forward, but Peter Rode, good to see him at St Kilda, and was a good player at Carlton, just couldn't cement his place in that senior side.
Half forward for Melbourne. Oh, Jones beats Steins again, but this time it goes to Wilson. Kick to centre half forward. Good pick up by Rice. Touched off the boot. Dropped short of Dwyer, but he gathers well, the youngster. Oh, good play, St Kilda. They've got it over the wing now. Coghlan ducks a high tackle. Gets the hand pass away to Corker-Mealis. He's still got it, Spiro. Up towards full forward. Lockett one out.
Yeah, too big and too strong, Tony Lockett.
I can't believe that move, Bernie. Can you?
Well, I think they would have had a tough decision. I think anyone who plays on Tony Lockett has a tough game.
Sean White's the obvious man to play on him. I can't believe John Northey had put Campbell there.
Tony Lockett going for a hat-trick in the first quarter. And the Saints lead by 7 points.
He's a brilliant player, Tony Lockett. There's no doubt about that. He's so big and he's so strong and he leads well. And Campbell will have plenty of headaches here today. There's Corker-Mealis up the ground. Breaks that tackle very easily. Long kick into the forward line. And Tony Lockett just too big and too strong for Tony Campbell.
Well, if they can get him one out with Campbell, he'll kick a lot of goals, Lockett. And that's what they did then. Excellent game of football at the moment. Stein and Jones doing well in the ruck for Corker-Mealis. Or to half. Or here he is again, Lockett. Oh, taps it on. Johnson's there, diving on top of it. Frank Coughlin's there also, and umpire Cameron will bounce. But St Kilda supporter is very happy the way things are going. Lockett's looking very dangerous down there. Now he's actually did the ruck work there. Good play by Lockett. Now it's Dersma. He loses it. It's, oh, the St Kilda player got one across the ear. Wimnar was in there. A lot of pressure right out there at the moment, Bernie.
Yes, the tackling of St Kilda has been really excellent to start this match.
St Kilda at centre half forward. Lowe wins the tap. Taken by Lovett. Out to the wing. St Kilda outnumbering 2-1 here. Jeffrey with Lovell. Jeffrey keeps going. He's got Sheldon back behind him in support. It spills out. Jackson, the hand pass back. Umpire said he threw it.
Good decision.
And the free kick to Ken Sheldon. No. going across to the youngster Daniels. 2 kicks to goal from there. Lockett and low. Wimnar. Great snap. Oh, close. Oh, he kicked it.
Oh. Well, the goal umpire tricked us there for a moment, and there was no crowd reaction either. So maybe the Melbourne supporters all around that side of the ground, but that was a magical goal from Nicky Wimnar. There's a spoil from Dersmar. And Lockett. Not quite quick enough there. Wimnar whipped in, and a beautiful snap goal.
Well, what a great goal. Umpire Mike Ball throwing it up. 2 goals, 1 the difference, so that's 13 points. They're looking all right, the Saints. As we see Nixon doing all right too. Ricky Nixon off the side of the boot to half forward. A good mark to Coghlan. Now where's Lockett? Lockett's ducked back. Over to Rice. Should kick long. He does. Lockett from the side. Fisted away by Tony Campbell. Was good play and straight over the line deep in that forward pocket. 5-3 plays 3-2, and we're seeing a very entertaining game.
And Wimnar on Stephen's stretch. That's a hard task for him. Johnson to Jackson. Sharon keeps the ball in for Jackson. Smother by Coghlan, who's done some things that don't go down in the stats, but he's playing a superb team game.
He's a real goer, Frank Coghlan. We've got plenty of them, St Kilda, and well, there's Steins and Lowe actually doing all right in the ruck. St Kilda. Mark Dwyer's taken this mark. He's on centre wing. He's not a quick player, but he's got highly skilled player. He's setting it up for Lockett again. Lockett, centre of the pack. Oh, good mark to Campbell. A terrific mark in front. 2 on 1, and 2 will always win out. Good mark to Campbell.
Congested back there in defence. Here's Jones going for it. Rice in front. Perhaps could have taken that mark. Socked away by Jackson to Wilson. Smother by Jones. He gave it straight to Sharon though. Now to Wilson. Lyon just inside the boundary line, but the ball goes out.
The line's been moved out from full forward. Steve O'Dwyer's having a rest out of that ruck, playing down at full forward now, and Lyon up onto that half forward line.
There's about 14 players around that throw in. Then Lovell to David Williams. He hooks it back to half forward. Oh, good use of the body then by Bailey. Tremendous play, but he loses it to Elphinston. Elphinston to half forward. Nixon drops it. Going in after it was Coghlan, showing a lot of courage. Nathan Burke back to Nixon. Nixon dives on it. Nathan Burke again. Corkamillis, hand pass to Lowe. Lowe straightens up. Lockett, he's under pressure. He loses it. No. Gets the hand pass in, and the umpire said holding the ball, but he should have had a shot for goal, Stuart Lowe. Yeah,
well, he's too slow in deciding what he was going to do. It allowed the Melbourne defenders to come and cover Lockett and the other running players.
White kicks out and goes to ground. Steins can't mark. Wilson to Sharon. Back to Steins. Didn't see the tackler coming, Nixon. Newport, they're under pressure, Melbourne. They lead the competition, but look at what the Saints are doing to them. Gosh, great football. Yes, held when not in possession is Daniels.
Oh, can he play?
17-year-old boy.
Gee, what a good player. Here's a chance. Lockett was held that time, and now they let it go. Stretch. Wimnar kicked up the ground by Corkamillis. Alan Johnson in after it. Oh boy, I haven't seen a side going so hard for a long time, Bernie.
They're more desperate at the moment, St Kilda. There's no doubt about that. They're really putting Melbourne under a lot of pressure.
Under a minute remaining in the first term. St Kilda 12th, leading the top team Melbourne by 13 points. Can the Saints get another one before the siren? Steins kicks out of defence. Short of the wing. Wilson in front. Can't mark. Swamped. Goes to Sharon. Oh, back he goes. Dropping it was Rode. Under pressure Melbourne. Sharon. Time running out. Less than half a minute to go. Lyon into Wilson. The Demons badly need one before the siren. 2 against 2. Off the ground by O'Dwyer, but it goes across to Jeffrey. And it'll be no addition to the score, I'd say, before the break. Here's Lyon at centre wing. Sorry, Rode. And the hand pass up the ground goes out of play. And that's it for the first quarter. Entertaining stuff. St Kilda 5-3. lead Melbourne 3-2. And listen to the fans here at Moorabbin. Light rain starts to fall at Moorabbin for the start of the second quarter. St Kilda won the first quarter by 13 points. Williams, number 15. Dwyer with him, soccering away towards the boundary line. Umpires have started the quarter with a new ball by the looks of it, and they might need more new footballs by the end of the day.
Very, very tough and hard first quarter. St Kilda really did tackle hard. Stretch. He's got the job on Wimnar, who kicked a miraculous goal. I think I was holding the man. I don't think anyone would dispute that. As light rain falls, as Drew said, that couple of goals break could be handy to the Saints. Stephen Stretch, been an outstanding player for Melbourne since coming across from South Australia. There's Yates, a hurry kick towards half forward. Sheldon, bounced off beautifully. Ken Sheldon. Out wide, Daniels has been an excellent contributor. Good tackle on Peter Road. Ken Sheldon, someone's lost their boot there. Is it Sheldon? And in fact, I think it is. Yep, Kenny Sheldon, at half-back flank, has lost his boot. Gone back to collect it. There he is. 154 VFL games and played many, many fine games for Carlton.
Jones and Steins. Daniels. Well, it was a good hand pass out to Jackson. Came from Bailey. Lyon. Elphinston in trouble. Ball goes backwards for St Kilda. Rice, he's gone further backwards and out of bounds not far from the behind post. So a big chance here for the Demons to get the first goal of the second quarter.
Right in that forward pocket. Jones battling manfully against the big blokes, but he gets a hand there from his captain and Danny Frawley. Warren Jones has got to take on Jim Steins and Stephen O'Dwyer, and they've been in fine form this year. There's Steins. Jones taking front position. Could have been a free kick over the shoulder. It's grabbed by Newport, a high floater. Lyon against Elphinston. Up they go. It hits the deck. In that forward pocket, is knocked away by Muller. And in fact, straight over the line from whence it came approximately half a minute ago. 5-3 plays 3-2. Still 13 points the difference.
Ian Muller, an interesting player. He's 25 years of age. He's playing just his 8th league game, and he's second for St Kilda after coming from Carlton. Corker-Mealis, now Rice, up towards the centre. Nixon had to wait for it. Dragged in the mark. Daniels. Grant's been quiet so far. That bounces over his head. Yates for Melbourne. Support by Dersma. Shock and kick off the left boot. White at centre wing. Picks out Road. Peter Road, one of there's 5 former Carlton players for St Kilda. And Road, another one, playing for Melbourne. Hand pass by Bailey to Jackson, and he goes back to Steins. Outside 50. Centering kick, all Melbourne, and the mark to Lovell. About 47 metres out. And further across the ground to Williams, and he's 40 out.
Yes, that's Melbourne's best passage of play for the match so far. Good bit of teamwork there by Melbourne.
David Williams, who's been used in a variety of roles this season. Wing today at the moment. Goes for goal. Just to the right. Melbourne fans behind the goals would have let us know if it had been straight.
Once again, the sky getting a little bit clearer. A slight drizzle, and it seems to have gone for the moment. And conditions not too bad, really. Had a lot of heavy rain here this morning down at Moorabbin. The ground a lot better than it has been in past years. Here's Wimnar. Very, very skillful player, Wimnar. Looking forward to that contest. Stephen Stretch picking him up right in front of the commentary box. Brilliant goal in the first quarter by Wimnar. Jones against Steins. Steins this time gets front position, taps it down, but it was straight to Nathan Burke, 18-year-old. A lot of young players, all stretched, dropped to sitter there. Wimnar went in after it. Ricky Nixon's there. He's got it too. A nice hand pass to Dwyer. Dwyer to Corker-Mealis. He was almost caught with it. Still going in after it. Play on, said the umpire, as they all got a crude tackle, that one. That was on Sean White by Bradley Gotson. No doubt about that one. In the back.
2 goals the difference. St Kilda in front. White's kick over the wing. Off hands to Wilson. Oh, he held it. holding the ball. And the tackler is the youngster, Jason Daniels. Gee, what a future he looks to have. Oh, low on the chest. Don't know whether it was meant. It looked like a wobbly old kick, but the result was perfect. Low goes long in the direction of Lockett. He's swamped by about 3 defenders. Gotch roves the pack. 40 metres out. Hooks back up towards goal. Johnson in the way.
Johnson to Lockett. They've been in brilliant form, those two, in recent weeks. To half back. This is young Anthony Lovell going in after it against Dean Rice. David Williams. Hand pass to Campbell. A long, long way away from full back. And off goes Tony Campbell onto the left foot and brings it to half forward. Frawley couldn't take the mark, but he was held, said the umpire, and Danny Frawley takes the free kick. He's got a loose man. Oh, dangerous kick, but it comes on because Jeffries marked it. Over to Daniels, been very impressive. To Sheldon. Sheldon to Wimnar, and Wimnar marks it half-forward flank.
He's giving Stephen Stretch a bit of a run around at the moment. A centering kick. Lockett well placed. Oh, what a mark against Steve O'Dwyer, one of the leading mark takers for the season.
Yes, he knows where to lead, Tony Lockett. Up the middle of the ground is the best place to go.
Too far out to score. Lowe's there. Off hands to Nixon. Good hook.
Oh, that's tremendous play by St Kilda. They've started off this second quarter in the same manner in which they finished that first quarter, and they're really chasing, tackling. They're a tremendously determined side. They've got a lot of spirit. They're running to support their teammates, and with Lockett firing up at full forward, there's plenty to kick to down on that forward line.
Well, Tony Lockett's an object lesson for any young budding full forward. 3 goals the difference. Lockett leads up the centre of the ground. I think Warwick Kappa could learn from Tony Lockett. There's the kick from Jones. Oh, they're looking good. This is Nathan Burke. Is he playing well? So he brings it to Lowe. Oh, good mark. Oh, the Saints are on fire at the moment. Stuart Lowe is marked. He's only 40 metres out from goal. Directly in front. Well, very, very slight angle. Stuart Lowe, strong mark. Only a youngster. 39 VFL games. This will really bring the house down if he kicks it. Won't make the distance. It's still in play, is it? There's a snap by Coughlin. He's kicked it.
Brilliant play by St Kilda. Big Low taking that mark. Strong mark. Held his opponent off Dersmar. Here's the mark again to Lowe. With strength, held Dersmar away. He seemed to cop one in the eye, Dersmar. The kick from 40 metres out, dropped a little bit short. Melbourne defenders should have been able to knock that through. They didn't. And they paid the penalty with Coughlin roving brilliantly.
Jones wins in the middle. Dwyer, well played, son. To Daniels. And the Melbourne defence under a heap of pressure at the moment. Fumbled there by Dersma. Goes to Stretch. Across the half-back line to Williams. A chance for Melbourne to steady. They're trailing 21 to 45. Jeffrey underneath the ball. Bailey for Melbourne, number 24. Back he goes with a hand pass to Road. Newport. The umpire calls for it and will ball it up. Great pressure. There'll be 40 players with big bruises tonight after this one.
Well, I agree with you, Drew, and the 2 umpires, after an indifferent first quarter, are doing well at the moment as we see Newport. Towards half-forward, Sheldon has been a good player. Here's a chance for Melbourne. Lyon to Ricky Jackson. Back towards Lyon. Off the ground. Sheldon leads in the race. Oh, he went for the soccer and missed it. They're diving in on top of it. Here's a chance again for Bailey. Ricky Jackson. Now it's Gary Lyon. Slippery conditions. Hard to grab the football. And eventually it's forced over the line by Robert Elphinston, but enormous pressure being put on the Melbourne player.
Oh, that desperation in that back line was great to see.
Melbourne in attack. They haven't managed a goal in this quarter as yet. Jones wins a big thump away. Goes to Lovell. 17-year-old boy. Sheldon to the boundary line. Deliberate.
Oh, he's been talked into that. He's entitled to knock that ball on, Kenny Sheldon.
I reckon
He'd lost his footing. What do you think, Peter? He's entitled to knock that away.
Very tough.
Sharon goes for goal. Won't make it. Well, he got good distance right across the face, and a great defensive mark is taken by Muller.
Ian Muller. O'Dwyer in front nearly took the big grab. Well, they're going in hard. Who's that? Is that Spiro Corkamillis? It is. Unfairly tackled. Gee, is he putting himself in? Spiro. Good to see him in that side. Terrific bloke, Spiro Corkamillis. A real goer. Low, playing in front. Frank Conklin has been a good player. Over it goes to Ricky Nixon. He sets it up. Lockett and Campbell. Lockett. Tremendous use of the body to Wimnar. Nicky Wimnar playing it on. He was playing for the free kick. Play on, said the umpire. Nathan Burke has got it. Gave the hand pass. Received again. Fires a goal and misses.
Melbourne have made a change. Dersma off the ground, and on comes Phoebe, the Tasmanian, in his first season. Jackson short of the wing, and there's Phoebe straight into the play. Oh, he stubbed his toe. Newport. He's got Steins. Well, it goes St Kilda's way to Rice. Had time to look, Rice. He's got little Bradley Gotch. Didn't have much of a chance there. Lovatt marks. Off to Newport. Melbourne still looking for their first goal for the quarter. Inside half forward. Sheldon's been great in defence. He's found a niche for himself in the back pocket. Coghlan kicked their last goal. Hand pass to Dwyer. Away go the Saints again. Crawley up the ground. They're cutting them to ribbons.
Well, St Kilda really firing. Oh, Daniel takes front position. Gee, he looks like an experienced player, not a 17-year-old, the way he's... Oh, in the head. Sharon ran straight into Nixon. Gee, he's had a terrific quarter, Bernie.
Nixon's been great. The whole St Kilda side has really lifted. Right from the start, they've been determined to win.
There's the lead was on for Lockett. That's 50 metres against Tony Lockett. And I don't think anyone can argue with that one, as we see the umpire Mike Ball taking Brett Lovatt right down the ground, almost to the wing. In fact, he will be on the wing. Yes, on the exact centre wing position, Brett Lovatt. Melbourne under enormous pressure there. Top side in the league at the moment, sitting on top of the ladder. Crawley against David Williams. Clever play, Williams. Back to Yates. Yates will look for the short one. It's a beautiful daisy cutter, but Lovell not able to get there. Crawley in after it. Now it's Ricky Jackson. Throws it to the ground, but they're under pressure every time they go near it. Good play, Lovell. He picks it up and hooks it back. 1-on-2. Gary Lyon is there for Melbourne. He's caught. Or was it Brett Bailey? In fact, it was Brett Bailey, and he's not happy with something there. And as the rain tumbles down a lot heavier than before, it's deep in that forward pocket for Melbourne.
This quarter, St Kilda 2-1. Melbourne just one behind in about 14 minutes of play. Elphinston. Corkamillis at centre half back. Ridden into the ground, will take the free kick.
Well, they deserve the free kick, St Kilda, because they're getting into in for the ball first and putting their body in front.
Pelting with rain at the moment. Score on the board, all important, and St Kilda lead by 25 points. Wilson inside half forward. Jones drops back for St Kilda and takes the mark at the second grab. Off to Corkamillis. Off to Sheldon. Three former Carlton players. Off to Gotch, formerly of Fitzroy. Back to Sheldon. Shrugs a tackle. Clever kick, Ken Sheldon. A beauty. Low. Oh, there's nobody there for St Kilda. Steins.
Jim Stein says thank you very much in this 65-metre kick. At the back was Muller, and very good defensive play to punch it over the line, and it is absolutely bucketing down now here at Moorabbin. People have gone for the umbrellas, and boy, will this suit St Kilda. This
lead now with the 4-goal advantage will be very handy, because the ground was heavy before this rain started falling.
Warren Jones has battled very manfully in the ruck, and he gets that one too. Oh, that bloke is a terrific player. Daniels to Elphinston. Very difficult conditions for the players. Was it a mark? Yes. Had to pay that one. It's Brett Lovatt again. And conditions getting very, very murky. It's dark. But they haven't got some lights to switch on here. So he brings it down. There's Warren Jones again with his teammate Muller. It's right in front of the Melbourne goal. The umpire calls play on. Crawley. Corkamillis has worked very, very hard. These conditions will suit Spiro as he brings it towards the centre of the ground. It's grabbed by Graham Yates, and Yates brings it back to full forward. It's all St Kilda. Oh, They could have raffled that one, but they got in each other's way, and that was Warren Jones and Ian Muller, and eventually it's over the line.
It promises to be a pretty low-scoring match, and St Kilda with 7 goals on the board. They'd be struggling to get about 4 more in these conditions. Wilson snaps for goal and misses. And that's Melbourne's second only behind for the quarter, and they've been playing 16 minutes.
Well, 4 goals, as Bernie said. A terrific lead with the rain pelting down as we say it. Looks as though it's getting a bit lighter in the distance. Intermittent showers, I would think, this afternoon. Steve O'Dwyer against Warren Jones, and Jones just stood like a great big mountain. He just stood there and shoved him out of the way. Mark Dwyer. Slippery ball, holding the man. Yes, we'll have to come back, or they're paying advantage. Now they're paying the advantage as the Saints, through Nixon, bring it up to centre wing, and as you can see, very, very dark on screen and plenty of umbrellas up. 4 goals the difference, the Saints in front.
46-22, and we have 10.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Interference to O'Dwyer from low. Free kick to the Melbourne big man. Keeps it low. Lovell. First season of VFL football over from Tasmania. Lovell goes for another half-distance pass to half-forward. Daniels is there, 34. Crawls after it. Comes out with another possession. Well played, the kid. Corker-Mealis is there. Knocks it out wide to Dwyer. Socket forward by White, close to the boundary line. Phoebe is there, number 21. White kept going, and the ball goes out. Well, St Kilda just about will be happy to see it out for the rest of the game.
And that 4 goals is going to be, under these conditions, very difficult to catch, I would think. But Melbourne are a good side, and they always come home hard. That was Russell Jeffrey receiving a free kick for a trip. He's at half-back flank as he brings it towards the half-forward line. Wimnar cleverly waits over the back and nearly came his way too. Oh, hand pass comes straight to Coghlan. Lockett in front of Campbell. Oh, great play, Lockett. A blind turn. He straightens up. Bang, that's a goal for his 4th.
Brilliant play, Tony Lockett. And Melbourne under extreme pressure. Lockett's kicked his 4th goal, but he did that so easy for a man of his size. The way he dodged around Campbell. Here's that mistake by Melbourne. Allowed Coghlan to chip in. Took that hand pass. Oh, feinted the ball out the wrong side of Campbell. Campbell took the dummy, and Lockett on his right foot steered it through for a brilliant goal.
Well, they've belatedly moved Sean White, the full-back, on Lockett. He should have started there from the start of the game. There's a hand pass from Daniel to Rice, and the Saints are really playing great wet weather football. Here they come again, thrown out. That was Frank Coghlan, and Peter Cameron sitting right on the scene, saw it. It's a free kick to Jim Steins.
Melbourne have just made a change. Sharon off, and number 37, David Flintoff, on the field. Wasn't even named. Here's Wilson. Goes for goal himself. Nobody back there. It bounces through.
Yes, and that's Melbourne's first goal for the quarter. Been completely dominated this quarter by St Kilda. 3 goals into a slight breeze, and Melbourne's first with 8.5 minutes to go. So that's a badly needed goal. Here's Wilson, very dangerous player, hasn't been able to get into any open space today. Found a little bit there on the Melbourne forward line, and a good tumbling goal to Wilson.
Well, he's just the guy who could lift them, Brian Wilson. We saw him do that. 4 goals the difference. We saw him do that against Hawthorn a couple of weeks ago. Hand pass out to Road. Oh, another bad mistake. Daniels has been an excellent player. Towards half-forward, Alan Johnson. Good mark with the wet ball in the half, almost in the back pocket.
Across to Lockett. Melbourne out of their depth at the moment. 52-28 the score. Lockett back towards the centre. Flintoff, number 37, replaced Viney in the selected 20. Lost control of that one. Nixon's hand pass intercepted by Johnson. Johnson up towards half-forward. Jones underneath it. Whistle had gone. Bailey had been pushed out, and Brett Bailey takes the free for Melbourne. Williams is to full forward now. He leads away from Frawley. He's got it.
That's a good move by Northey. They need some movement on that forward line, and Williams does lead very well.
Elphinston still picking up line in the area. It looks as though Williams has gone from the wing to the key forward post. This is a hard one. 50 metres out to the goal square. Thumped through by a wall of St Kilda defenders led by Wow Jones.
Well, Melbourne need goals, and they need them quickly, because under these slippery conditions, as we've said earlier, it's going to be very difficult to catch that up. Russell Jeffrey's been a good player. Received then from Muller. Nixon in front of good mark. What a brilliant quarter Ricky Nixon's having. Over to Dean Rice. Rice looking for the youngster Nathan Burke, and they've got plenty of youngsters, the Saints. So have Melbourne, of course. Now, did he punch that away?
Well, I thought he lost that in the tackle, Peter.
Well, if he did, well, that's holding the ball. Umpire Mike Ball dead set correct as the ball is brought.
That's Flintoff.
David Flintoff. Is that David Flintoff? No,
it's David Flintoff.
David Flintoff. I wonder if that's one who used to play with Hawthorn. As it's brought, I think it is, as he brings it up towards centre wing. The mark is taken there by Steins.
Playing at centre half back now on Stuart Lowe.
He'd get plenty of these conditions in Ireland, I would think, as he looks for Newport. So on centre wing, this is Phoebe. Straight up in the air by the young Tasmanian, or good nearly a mark to Yates, I should say. And on centre wing, a throw-in will take place. 8-4 plays 4-5, and the Saints doing it well.
And 6 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Comes to the back. Taken there by Lockett. Oh, what a mark. Dwyer. Oh, beauty. 20-year-old playing his third game this season. 6th for his career. Crawley's hand pass astray. Oh, Wimnar will help him out. Taken away by Jackson. Clever play. Williams back towards the wing now. Stretch. Bowled over by Wimnar. Kick out of bounds, so Wimnar put him under enough pressure to force the mistake.
Jeffrey has been an excellent defender. Oh, Daniel punched it away, then grabbed it again. Road tackled high.
Should have been a mark there, I thought, Peter.
Oh, whether he got
Daniels, I thought he got the punch to it, then took the grab.
Yeah, well, probably the umpire thinking Road touched it first, I suppose, as we see Peter Road, centre wing. Another goal or two would be certainly helpful here to Melbourne. There's Phoebe showing a lot of pace. It's slippery ball, he couldn't pick it up. Dean Rice is there and forces it over the line, and good to see Rice playing. Looked to have received a very bad neck injury last week against Geelong.
Melbourne desperate for a goal out of this. Oh, Jones wins in ruck. Down to Burke. Kicks going Melbourne's way. All Melbourne. 3 players could have raffled it. Lovell takes it and kicks 60 metres. Clears the pack and goes through for a minor score.
Well, those sort of quick kicks and long kicks, you really need to direct the ball a bit more to your forwards under these conditions, Bernie.
Very difficult, Peter, for the forwards to get into position with kicks like that.
Half back, it's punched away. Lyon runs to 50 metres, kicks it high. Now, let's see who gets the loose one this time. Punched away. Sheldon's been an excellent player. A dive in on top of it. Dean Rice is there. Now it's picked up by Flintoff. Well, again, it's forced over the line. Forward pocket. Oh, free kick to Jones. No. Road, a quick kick. Bailey, left foot, fires. Could be another one to Melbourne. Yes.
Well, continue fighting, Melbourne. There's no doubt about that. They don't give it in. And they're not up sitting on top of that ladder for here's that free kick. No, it wasn't a free kick. Not paid by Lyon. It could have been in the back. That spilled out. And the snapshot for goal was very good on that left foot. Right through the middle, and Melbourne back in this game. A couple of handy goals towards the end of this second quarter.
After the rain, the sun starts to break through. St Kilda forward out of the middle. Gotch keeps on after it. Johnson for Melbourne. Jones. Yates. Every ball is a contest, and the umpire will have to ball it up. No easy kicks today.
Say that again, and I think we're in for a terrific finish. Melbourne have picked up their game a little bit. And as Bernie said, Melbourne will fight it right out. They have every game this year. set a throw against Ricky Nixon. Tony Campbell started on Lockett, had 4 goals kicked on him. There's Flintoff, former Hawthorn player. There's Jeffrey having a terrific quarter. Up the side of the boot, Lux of Fortune, Mark Dwyer. Oh, this player is very impressive, Daniel, but on that occasion, a shocking kick. Rode couldn't take it, though. Alfredson crashes his way through. Corker-Mielis would love these conditions. Burke's been a good player, Nathan Burke. Let's see if they can get it up to Lockett. He didn't know where to kick it then. Daniels again. Oh, put his body in hard. You see a little go of that fella. Back it comes. Centre wing. Dean Rice. The long kick. Lockett waiting at the back. He's got it too. The big full forward. Caught. Back to Wimnar. Wimnar was tackled. Play on. Corker-Mielis. Back towards right in front of goal. Coughlin was there. Johnson. Hand pass away and finds Stephen Stretch.
Beautiful gather by Stretch. Wide to the outer side. Line underneath the ball. Spoiled by Rice, and then Rice is grabbed when he didn't have it. Advantage played. Comes to Lowe. Hand pass up the ground. Jeffrey. Long kick, a mighty kick. Lockett outnumbered 2-1. White first to recover. Oh, but good play by Wimnar. That's gone through for behind. The Saints calling for a free kick right in front of goal there.
That was an Irish hand pass, Drew. No doubt about that.
St Kilda might get something out of this yet.
Oh, wow. But Warren Jones to settle things down. I wouldn't want to be fighting him either, Peter.
Have a look at the size of him. No way. I think the tattoos would frighten you, wouldn't they, Bernie?
Oh, he's a tough man.
Well, there's Sean White bringing it back into play. Punched away by Dwyer. Grabbed by Stretch. Difficult conditions for the players. Very slippery. There's Rice. The Gotch. Here's danger. Hand pass. Nixon fires. It comes back, but not enough. Through it goes for another behind. But he's been an excellent player, Ricky Nixon. 8-6 to 5-6. 3 goals the difference. And we've got just over a minute to go.
Oh, what a mark by Lowe. Crowd calling for a 50-metre penalty against O'Dwyer. Lowe going for distance with time running out. Under a minute now. Lockett well placed. Good spoil from behind. Still the same. Oh, Corker-Mielis. No whistle on that. Hand pass quickly to Stretch. Jones dives and marks. 47 seconds left in the quarter. St Kilda lead by 18 points. Lockett leads for Jones. He's got a big chance this time. Not quite. Melbourne out of defence through Jackson. Back towards the centre. That'll probably finish the scoring for the quarter. Wilson, a good trap. Oh, Yates. Back to Wilson. Jeffrey nearly beat 2 of them on his own. What a tackle by... Oh, magnificent play by Muller. And Wilson's got it for the 3rd time in the movement. Clock ticks down. Time running out for Melbourne if they want to narrow the gap. Phoebe! But he narrows that by just 1 point.
Oh, he should have kicked that one. That was a golden opportunity for Melbourne. Just eased up on that as the siren goes to end the second quarter.
Well, St Kilda won that quarter as well. They led by 13 points at quarter time, and at half time they lead by 17. Start of the second half here at Moorabbin. And St Kilda first away. Spinning through was Rice. Up towards Lockett. Not quite. Socket away from him. Comes to Coughlin. Good smother by White, who did well on Lockett in the first case. White back to half forward for Melbourne. Oh, Rice, what a clever mark.
Ooh.
And Flintoff could have cleaned him up if he'd wanted to.
Exactly. I think he deliberately missed him. Then there's the mark with a nice dry ball was taken by Lowe. Lowe to Alfredson, sets it up again for Lockett at the back. Yes! Just a slight little nudge. Not enough for the umpire to see. Just actually leant into him, Bernie, didn't he?
He did well there, Tony Lockett, because he made as if he was going to lead. There's the kick from Elphinstone. Lockett looked as if he was going to lead. Sean White went forward. Lockett dropped back and took an easy mark.
Well, what a tremendous start this will be for the Saints to start the 3rd quarter. 17 points in front. This will take them to 23 points. Lockett. Goal number 5. And he's kicked it.
There's 5 goals out of 9. It's a tremendous performance on the forward line by Tony Lockett. Big, strong player. I wouldn't say he's the main difference between the two sides, because the rest of the St Kilda team have really put in today, and Melbourne have been under extreme pressure right from the start.
St Kilda with Bob Jones and Evans on the bench. They've been there all the game. John Northey with his worries. 60 to 37 after the Saints got first blood in the second half. Corkamilis out of the middle. Chance for Lockett again. White has the front position. Lockett applies the tackle. Coghlan. Well, he's done some magnificent things, Frank Coghlan. And the ball out about 55 metres from goal.
I agree with you, Drew. I think Coghlan's been a great player, but they've had plenty. Guys like Ricky Nixon really put in. Young Jeffrey across the half-back line. There's Phoebe. He'll be used to these conditions coming from Tasmania. Ricky Jackson's been a quiet player. I think he really needs... Ricky's only a small man. He needs the ball to be bouncing and running for him, I think, Bernie.
Probably appreciate the drier conditions much more than these, Peter.
Centre wing, O'Dwyer. Oh, gee, caught one across the shoulder. And Warren Jones has beaten O'Dwyer and Steins in the ruck today. Not a bad effort. Oh, shocking kick. It went about 15 metres. As we see Ricky Jackson onto the left foot. They want a couple of goals and they want them quickly. Campbell loses it to Muller. Muller, a long left foot kick. Fisted away by Steins. Nathan Burke's been an excellent player. To Ricky Nixon. Handballs it away. Bailey was legged. Play on, said the umpire. Wimnar with a high floater. Low and Lockett. Sean White, badly outnumbered, but he fought on well. There he goes again, Sean White. Tremendous players. He kicks it to the boundary line and, in fact, puts it over.
Yes, that goal he conceded early in the quarter was the first he'd given Lockett, because Lockett had 4 before Sean White went back on him. Another chance here for the Saints. Comes down to Corkamilis. He's buried in the tackle. Socket away by Sharon. Oh, kept in by Lowe. Clever play. O'Dwyer goes the thump. Oh, Lowe, ugly looking tackle. But no whistle on that, and there'll be a boundary throw-in.
Half-forward flank for St Kilda. They've started off this quarter very, very well. Stuart Lowe doing the ruck work on the forward line today. There's Daniels, who's been a good player. Kicked away by Steins. And again, it's over the line. .60 plays 37, so that's 23 points the difference. Again, Lowe to do the ruck work, but O'Dwyer got it out. Wimnar. Oh, good skills by Wimnar. Ducks the head. Handball, play on. Nixon's in there after it. So is Steins. And an absolute stalemate at centre-half forward for the Saints. Umpire Peter Cameron will bounce it.
40 metres from St Kilda's goal. O'Dwyer wins the tap. Coghlan, there he goes again. Loses it this time. Lockett. Johnson runs onto the bouncing ball. Confronted by Grant, who interestingly has played the entire game and has a clean sheet. Hasn't had a touch.
He'll be saying in the showers after the game about all these knock-ons and tap-outs and all that sort of thing, I think. We see Yates. Oh, he was looking for Johnson. So, they've gone in very, very hard today, St Kilda. An entertaining game. Enormous pressure put on Melbourne today. Top side. They are a much better side, I think, when the ball is bouncing for them under dry conditions. Jones again got that one out, but Lovell sharked it. Anthony Lovell. Good mark to, or did he take it? I didn't quite hold it long enough, said Peter Cameron. That was Alan Johnson, and the throw-in will take place on centre wing.
9-6 to 5-7. Just under 20 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Jones superb against the two-prong ruck attack. Dwyer gets it forward. Sheldon further afield. Wimnar tried to scoop it up one-handed. That time he left it behind. Lockett. Bailey. Oh, that's beautiful play. Here goes Daniels again. To Lowe. To Dwyer. St Kilda looking $1 million. High for Lockett. He's got a chance. Back goes White. Oh, well played, Sean White.
Well, the St Kilda crowd doing the block drew because of the early one in the first quarter when they gave it against Ken Sheldon.
Yeah, no other option there for Sean White. The umpire was correct in that decision.
Great play by Sean White too, and he's had a. Oh, that's a good tackle too. Here's a chance. Lockett for goal number 6. Picks it up, hooks it back, but misses. But Dean Sharon's had a dirty day, Bernie.
Yes, and that's Tony Lockett's first miss. Kicked 5 goals, 1, so he's been right on target.
Well, 4 goals the difference. Brett Lovett, Sean White. That'll be a terrific duel, that. Sean White against Tony Lockett. Stephen O'Dwyer back to White. White backs his judgment all the time to Newport. Centre of the ground. This looks better for Melbourne. It's twisted away though, and they're at the base of the packs all the time. Mark Dwyer. Sheldon's been excellent. Long driving kick. It's all Melbourne though. Flintoff doing this. No, it's Bailey doing the shipping, but oh, too good. Great play by Nathan Burke. And gee, he's had a fine game, Nathan Burke. And
the St Kilda crowd loving it down here. The desperation that's been shown by this young St Kilda side has been great to watch.
Low against O'Dwyer. Comes to Corker-Mealis. Threads out the hand pass. Nixon gets clear. Snaps and goals.
And that's Ricky Nixon's second goal. He's been great across that centre line. Had a winning centre line, St Kilda. Especially with young Jason Daniels, a 17-year-old on the wing, who's been magnificent all afternoon. And St Kilda with those 2 goals at the start of this third quarter, looking very dangerous.
well, that stand there, Bernie, is absolutely rocking around us. Our commentary box right in the heart of these St Kilda supporters, and boy, are they one-eyed. James has been tremendous. Mark Dwyer's played well too. Out to Daniels. They've hardly had a weak link. Gotch. Terrific skills, Gotch. To Dwyer. The leader's on. Lockett. Couldn't pick it up. Bailey. They're under enormous pressure. Melbourne. Newport. Right out wide. Jeffries has been excellent in defence. He popped one in the back. Yes, and umpire Peter Cameron saw that one. And Russell Jeffrey takes the kick right on the centre wing area.
Comes up limping to centre half forward. Lowe is there. Stretch at the back for Melbourne. Across the half back line to Phoebe. Pokes over the little pass to the top. Lovell. Met by Elphinston. Loses it. Burke to Nixon, who kicked the last goal. Off the left hand, just as good as the right. Oh, clever play by Rice. Beautiful play, Dean Rice. Comes to the back. All Melbourne at ground level. Stretch again. White. Past Sharon it goes and out of bounds.
That was fantastic play by Sean White. Just before he kicked that, he had a quick look to see where Lockett was, to see if he had him covered, and then he sent it round the boundary line. There's in the back, or being held, one of the two by umpire Mike Ball. Says it's to Stephen O'Dwyer. They've lowered their colours today, the big blokes for Melbourne. Warren Jones has done well. That's a good mark to Corker-Mealis. Gee, they're hard to beat down here, the Saints. Corker-Mealis with a long driving torp. In front again with Sean White. Alan Johnson comes in to lend a hand. He brings it out wide. Dean Rice ducks back to take the mark.
Rice thumps it up to the forward line again. All St Kilda. Daniels dropped it that time. Lovell took a long time. Daniels comes out with it. Well played, son. Off the ground, Coghlan. Wide to Corker-Mealis. He heads inboard. Shrugs a tackle. Oh, what a pickup that was by Lovett. And then he kicked it into the crowd. Well, bad luck. Magnificent pickup.
Well, that's all been caused by the pressure that's being applied by St Kilda. Their tackling's been tremendous right from the start.
Nathan Burke. O'Dwyer takes front position. They're battling manfully down there, that Melbourne defence. They're under all sorts of pressure, but they're doing their job pretty well. St Kilda are doing all the attacking. They've hardly seen it up on their forward line, Melbourne. There's Graham Yates. A quick kick. Mark Dwyer's there. Grant has doing the shepherding. Oh, caught. That's holding the ball. No. Well, I thought that was a good tackle, that by Brian Wilson.
Held to him, I think, Peter. And in the end, he took it off him.
Well, 5 goals the difference, and it'll be hard to catch, Drew.
Certainly will. Midway through the third quarter. Jones sharing the rucking now with Lowe, depending where the ball is. Sheldon's been excellent. Back pocket, that's his go. To centre half forward, Lowe. Lockett one out with White. The kick's too wide for him. Sharon uncontested. Dean Sharon breaks away. Oh, the kick a mile away from O'Dwyer. Did pretty well to get there and keep it in. Gotch against O'Dwyer. That's David and Goliath. Flintoff. Good pick up Jackson. Round the outer boundary line. Contested centre wing. Crumbs come to Steins. Measures off the pass to centre half forward. Wilson with Grant.
Oh, free kick should have been to Grant. Wilson was right over the top of him.
Well, David Grant still hasn't had a kick or a handball. But he's covered his man, and that's the important thing. In defence, hurry kick was by Lyon. Oh, Jeffrey's been excellent. To Coughlin, so has he. They've had some great players. Here they come again, the Saints. The long kick to Wimnar. Yes! Oh, brilliant mark. I thought he'd lost it for a moment, but he grabbed it. Now, he is certainly within kicking distance. Nicky Wimnar will have to kick from about 45 metres. Conditions slippery. No, he kicks from 50, actually, and it's a nice-looking drop punt. Beautiful-looking kick. It's a goal.
Nicky Wimmar's second goal. And St.Kilda go further ahead. Kicked the first 3 goals in this third quarter. They are kicking with a slight breeze, but look at this mark by Wimnar. Looked as if it had got away from him, but showing great pace to get there. And he's an exciting player to watch, Nicky Wimnar.
Look at that kick from 50. He's
50 metres.
A good 60. St Kilda on the rampage at the moment. O'Dwyer in the middle. Lockett, he's tried all day for Melbourne, been a good player. He gets the free kick. Brett Lockett from just behind the centre circle. Up towards half forward. Sheldon well placed again. And over the back, Flintoff, no mark. Stretch up on the forward line to Wilson. Now to Jackson. They haven't been inside half forward this quarter yet, Melbourne. Steers the pass for Lyon. No whistle on that. No mark. Oh, it comes out now. Lovell. Goes the short pass to Williams. Moves to full forward for the second time in the game. And it's the first time in about 14 minutes it's been anywhere near him in this quarter. And now a chance for Melbourne's first score for the term. David Williams looking for his first goal for the day. He kicks well right through the middle.
And the badly needed goal there to Melbourne. David Williams moved to full forward. They've had problems on that forward line all afternoon. Campbell's playing at centre half forward. He's hardly had a touch. There it was, flicked out to Lovell. And Williams again leading. He does that very well. And he's kicking very well for goal also this year. Melbourne felt that his inaccuracy let him down last year, but no problem on that occasion.
5 goals the difference. Campbell's been moved to centre half back. And Steins to centre half forward. So they've got problems in key positions, Melbourne. Yates looking for Flintoff, former Hawthorn player David Flintoff. I think he had a stretch in South Australia. Oh, young Daniels again, Jason Daniels to Corcamilas. Here come the Saints. Lockett leads. Sean White far too wide for both of them, and it beats them all over the line in that forward pocket. Now Lockett might get back. No, he's letting Lowe do the ruck work. So they've got plenty of height, St Kilda on that forward line with Lowe and Lockett. They can help Warren Jones out. Jones doesn't come down the forward line at all. At the moment he's hanging around the centre wing and forming a decent wall. Nixon, Melbourne through Sharon to Ricky Jackson. Oh, it's a bit dangerous to bounce it today, but he hooks it back. Little Bradley Gotch is there. A hand pass was meant for Daniel. Flintoff trying very, very hard. Lyon to stretch to centre wing, and there was Warren Jones, as I said, just waiting there for it. Steins, out it comes. That was Sharon with a kick up towards half forward, but it's all St Kilda.
Oh, and what a pickup that was by Jeffrey. And a centering pass to Burke. Away go the Saints again, down the centre corridor, but the kick Missed Dwyer. Picked up by Campbell. Off to Steins. Now Melbourne a chance to counterattack. Beebe back to Campbell. Campbell up towards half forward. Oh, Williams stayed at the back. Outmarked by Frawley. In fact, Williams might have nudged him into the mark.
Yes, his idea was right. It just didn't nudge him hard enough. There's Warren Jones, has been very, very good. An outstanding game last week too. Muller. He's found a niche. Warren Jones. Oh, brilliant play by the big fella. Back it went to Muller. And out wide, and I think Warren Jones will be talking about that one all night. The handball on the ground, Bernie.
Well, he received it when he was sitting down on the ground.
I thought you're supposed to hand pass to a bloke showing your movement. Low against O'Dwyer. Bit of wrestling there, and the free kick goes to O'Dwyer. Stuart Lowe not too impressed with the decision. O'Dwyer's kick wide to the wing to Steins. For about the first time in the day, we've seen one ruckman to the other. Steins keeps it a bit too low. Kick smothered by Daniels. He'll get votes today, that Daniels. And the ball goes out of play at half forward. And the fellows who are alongside me, who are in charge of giving the votes, just gave me the big no. He won't.
He's a chance.
Oh, he's played superbly, and he's had 13 kicks, 7 hand passes.
Well, I've changed my mind. Well, there's O'Dwyer, but he would be just about in the votes, but they've just got so many good players. St. Kilda's going to be very difficult. There's Lowe receiving a free kick.
And it should be 50 metres. It should be. As O'Dwyer's belted that ball after the free kick was paid.
Now, Stuart Lowe, half forward, brings it. Lockett, yes! Now, I don't know what happened to Sean White. He didn't even go with Lockett. Stephen O'Dwyer turned around to see where Sean White was, and then didn't even go for it himself. So he really marked that uncontested.
Well, Lockett led into the right place again, up the centre of the ground. And maybe Sean White thought that O'Dwyer was going to do the work for him, but he just couldn't get there in time.
Well, no doubt about Lockett. He is a fantastic player. Like Dunstall, they know when to lead and they know where to lead. And that's important if you're going to be a full forward. As I said earlier, Warwick Capper last night was leading to the wrong spots against Essendon. So right in front is Lockett. He kicks it. Long, is it in? Yes, it's a goal.
6 goals for Tony Lockett. A little bit of a fight on in the centre of the ground there too. Stephen O'Dwyer and Lowe have been contesting very hard in those boundary throw-ins in St Kilda's forward line. And O'Dwyer's not too happy about things at the moment. He was very fortunate he didn't get a 50-metre penalty paid against him. The umpire should have paid it. He got away with it, but here's the free kick. Stuart Lowe took it down the centre of the ground. That's the right place to lead. And Tony Lockett too big and too strong for those Melbourne defenders.
Well, the atmosphere electric again. St Kilda by 36 points. Dwyer. High to half forward. Lockett a chance. Shrugs off White. Gave away the free kick.
Well, I'll tell you how confident St Kilda are. They haven't even used their interchange yet, Drew.
No. White towards the outer wing. Love it after this one. Hand pass floats a little bit, making it a bit hard for Stretch. Close to the line. Steins. Good mark. Well, Melbourne really needing something. Their only previous loss this season was to Essendon. They look like going under to the 12th team on the ladder. Oh, it comes out the back here, luckily to Rode. Nobody in front of him, but his kick misses everything by a long way. He bounces out of bounds about 10 metres from the behind post.
Well, they've really been beaten just about everywhere today, Melbourne. St Kilda look far more dangerous in attack with Lowe and Lockett doing well. Here's a chance for Steins. Lyon picks it up, has a quick snap, and puts it out of bounds on the full. Now, a big asset to have 2 good key forwards, and they've got them, St Kilda, and both take a big mark. Sheldon has been outstanding. Oh, he played on then, O'Dwyer. Bad play because that's allowed Dwyer to receive from Conklin. Out comes Sean White. He trips over. Still got it, White. Good play. Gives it to Bailey, and Bailey transfers play. Centre wing was Phoebe. Number 34 is Newport. Warren Jones can't take the mark. At the back of the pack. Stein. Oh, good play by Frawley.
Frawley's hand pass goes out 10 metres up the ground. Well played, Danny Frawley. Another standing ovation. Saints fans with plenty to yell at here today. I don't know how many of them travelled down to Geelong last week to see that great victory down there, but they've turned up here today and are having a great time. That ball run over the line by Johnson. And the St Kilda players getting an ovation for just smothers and tackles, not even possessions. Jones against Steins. Jones wins. Interference to Rao Jones, and he gets the free kick. And they roar again for the free kick.
Well, big Warren Jones has become a bit of a cult hero down here at Moorabbin, and well, he's got a huge heart, Warren Jones. There's Stretch. Certainly like the drier conditions of Melbourne. There's Lovell. A floating kick towards half forward. They've fallen down in attack. There's Flintoff topping one in the back. Play on, said the umpire. David Williams and Frawley, too strong Frawley. As the players pounce in on top of it. It's about 30 metres out from the Melbourne goal.
He didn't do much.
No, he trapped it under him. I thought he may have been a little bit lucky not to have the free kick paid against him for holding the ball there, Danny Frawley, but tremendous desperation to keep in touch with that play.
Melbourne have had just one score for the quarter. That was a goal. Here's another chance for them. St Kilda desperate again. Sheldon gets boot to ball. He lost ground with a kick, but he's found touch. Throw in the forward pocket. We have just under 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. A big lead to the Saints.
Again, Jones manfully working there. There's little Bradley Gotts. Sheldon has been magnificent in defence. Long kick. Which way will it bounce? Burke shoves his opponent out of the way. There was Sharon. Still on that half-forward line. Oh, they've got good players everywhere. Dean Rice. He was looking for Dwyer. Low. Oh, gee. Took his eye off the ball and went straight at little Lovell. It's a free kick to Lovell. Well, Stuart Lowe missed him.
Should have went along with that kick, Rice.
And there it is on centre wing with Newport. They just don't look like scoring goals at the moment. And there's a bad kick. They've got no system at all, Melbourne. Jeffrey receiving from Corkamillis. Towards half forward, the kick goes. Yates knocks it onto Campbell. Campbell to Lockett. Lockett to Sean White, who leads Lockett and runs right up the ground. Good play by White. Now, 2-on-1 here. They should be able to do something here as David Williams picks up. Oh, kicked it straight up in the air. Steins. Nearly a good mark to Steins. It's centre half forward and it'll be a bouncer.
And Darryl Baldock has used the interchange bench for the first time at the 24-minute mark of the third quarter. Warren Jones off and Bob Jones on. And Warren Jones has done a superb job. Steins wins. But he gave it straight to Grant, who gets his first possession for the day. Out to Elphinston. Up towards centre half forward. Through low it goes. Nixon at the back. Open goal coming up. He kicked it.
Yes, that's Ricky Nixon's third goal to this quarter. And a superb player for the St Kilda side this afternoon. And that's the way to play in conditions such as this. A long kick down in that forward line. Lowe, who's contested hard all day at centre half forward, got his hands to it, and Nixon reading it beautifully off the pack, streamed into goal and put his third through.
Well, look at that. 7 goals the difference. A terrific performance this by the Saints. As we see Elphinston down towards half forward. Coughlin to Lockett. Ah, great play by Sean White. Punch it away over the line.
You know, Brownlow night last night, there was a bit of betting for Sean White to be a shock winner in the Brownlow. Instead of that, Lockett won it. Now they're on each other. It's a really top contest.
It really is too. And White doing all right at the moment. Well, there's Corkamillis was grabbed when he didn't have it. Play on, said the umpire. They're still battling away. Tony Campbell picks it up. Oh, smothered, that hand pass. Wimnar goes in after it now. Melbourne players desperately trying to get it out of defence. Oh, kicked into the face of the St Kilda player, Bob Jones. Here he is, Ricky Nixon for goal number 4. Yes!
gets a standing ovation there, Nixon, but the good play came from Bob Jones. What desperation. He could have risked serious injury with how he dived on that one. Here it is again. Oh, what a smother from Bob Jones. Nixon picks up the crumbs and puts through his fourth. 3 for the quarter.
In this quarter, St Kilda have kicked 6-1 to 1 goal, and they're playing the league leaders, Melbourne. Here's Daniels, 17-year-old schoolboy. Another possession for him. Oh, scooped in beautifully there by Muller. Up to Dwyer. St Kilda running riot. Wide to Lockett. No problem.
That's a bad sign too, because Sean White didn't even chase then. And if he doesn't chase, I don't think the rest will, Bernie.
No, he's usually very desperate there. Maybe he just thought that he could not get to spoil Lockett.
45 metres out. Difficult angle. Gee, kicked it an absolute mile and brought up a -4. So Tony Locketts kicked 6-2.
St Kilda player injured out on centre wing. We'll pick him up in a moment as we see Stephen Stretch take it, but they do not look like scoring goals. In fact, it might have been young Daniels. He went down again. Oh, gee. Muller. Very impressive, St Kilda. Jeffrey to Sheldon. Looking for low, but it beats him over the line on that half-forward line. It's been a very strong effort, this, as the time ticks away. 50 seconds to go of official time in this third quarter. And what a performance this by the Saints. They're 8 goals in front. There's still a quarter to go. Wimnar over the top. Dean Sharon has had a very bad homecoming. Formerly of St Kilda and Footscray, of course. Dean Rice chasing hard. And he takes it to the line, and I tell you what, they get a standing ovation for anything here, Drew.
What a day for St Kilda. It was about 5 or 6 weeks ago that Darryl Baldock said the club had gone back 15 years when they lost to the Brisbane Bears here. And now they're toppling the top team.
But it was a bad loss, wasn't it?
Yeah, but maybe that form wasn't that bad because the Bears then strung together 4 in a row. But Melbourne had won 7 out of 8. And St Kilda are really giving them something. And that is three-quarter time here at Moorabbin. St Kilda kicks 6 goals to 1 for the term and lead 14-8 to 6-7. Well, a 49-point lead. You couldn't see St Kilda losing that lead. They start with a brand new football, but it's got mud all over it already. There's Muller under pressure. Comes to Dwyer. Ball was held to him, and yet the umpire calls for it and will ball it up. The signal was it was held to him, and yet he'd hand passed, and St Kilda were away.
That was either holding the ball or play on, that decision. It should have been.
Warren Jones, well, he's been tremendous today. Hand pass to Stretch was from Wilson. The passes to Lyon. Oh, good defensive play though by Alphonston. They haven't had a weak link in defence today, St Kilda. They've all been good players. Alphonston, Grant hasn't had many touches, but he's kept his man in check. So has Muller. So has Frawley. And, well, Sheldon's been outstanding in the back pocket. So, all in all, they've had good players everywhere. The Saints, here's Melbourne with the chances. They force it forward, but again St Kilda playing in front. Kicked off the ground by Newport. Rebound straight over the line and out of bounds deep in that forward pocket. 6-7 plays 14-8. An outstanding wet weather display this by St Kilda. A lot of good players. Tony Locketts kick 6. There he is again, Ken Sheldon. Straight to the line and over for a throw-in. Locketts kick 6. Ricky Nixon's been a surprise packet, kicking 4. Nicky Wimnar's kicked 2. And down the other end, Melbourne, Gary Lyon kicked the first 2 goals for them.
One in ruck by Warren Jones. Burke throws himself at the ball and wins a free kick. Pushing it back. Nathan Burke. Still at school. Played about 30 league games. Fancy meeting these guys in school competition. About three schoolboys out there. Bang back to the forward line. Oh, Warren Jones cops a bad one there. Picked up by Muller. A long kick over the centre. Low in front. Wimnar roving. Low goes the Shepherd. And then pokes a toe at the ball. O'Dwyer off the ground. St Kilda just relentlessly going forward. Yates for Melbourne there. Campbell off the ground. Tees off. Steins did well to get clear. Hand pass missed Jackson though, but he's got the pace, Ricky Jackson. Off the left boot. A chance here for Melbourne. Johnson in front, 30 metres out, and he has kicked it.
Very clever play there by Ricky Jackson. He's under extreme pressure, as they have been all day. St Kilda have chased hard, tackled hard. On that occasion, Jackson got a little bit of a break. Under pressure again by two St Kilda players. But popped it over to Johnson, who was unattended in the centre of the ground there, and Johnson was good enough to snap that goal.
Well, John Northey will be hoping that Melbourne can really redeem themselves with a few quick goals and lift the spirits of the players. We see Muller taking a mark at centre-half back. They are the top side on the ladder. They certainly haven't shown that form today. There's Dean Rice after that heavy knock last week against Geelong, doing well. Towards half-forward and Wilson. Play on, said the umpire. Frank Coughlin's been an excellent player. Lockett against Sean White. White will probably outpace him, but the ball bounces beautifully for Lockett. He picks it up on the left foot. He hooks it back at goal. Will it bounce through? Oh, it's still in play. Gotch picks it up, hooks and goals.
2 goals to little Bradley Gotch. And Lockett again set that play up. Good, strong, bullocking play on the forward line. Kicked 6 goals himself, but he set up a couple of other goals with his strong play on that forward line. Sean White, unlucky not to get his boot to that. Led Lockett to the ball. Missed with the attempted kick off the ground, Sean White. But Lockett with that left foot, and Brad Gotch, great little rover in that forward pocket.
Well, St Kilda now could bring up their century before Melbourne get a half century. Another new football. Be an expensive day for the VFL here today. O'Dwyer to Wilson. Dragged down by Corker-Mealis. Holding the ball. Good tackle, Spiro. Burke wanted to play on with advantage, but is coming back to Corker-Mealis. Up to half forward. Nixon, what a player he's been. He kicked 3 goals in the 3rd quarter, Ricky Nixon. Lockett behind White. Yates for Melbourne. Takes it away from Lockett. Finds Jackson. Still finds some pace off the mark even in wet conditions. Grant, a mark. His first mark for the day. His stats so far, 1 hand pass. Now he goes for 2.
Frawley towards half-foot over the back. He's a good player. Nathan Bergey's a terrific player as he brings it up. He was looking for Lockett, but Sean White can't take the mark. He's got it though. Half-back flank, a nice hand pass, because it's found his teammate there in Stephen Stretch. Oh, this is danger because he gave it to O'Dwyer and he was covered. Jason Daniel caught. Long hand pass over the head. Sean White looks very, very tired. Onto the left foot he goes, but geez, battling hard. To Ricky Nixon, he dropped it. Oh, they've made a lot of mistakes, Melbourne. Brian Wilson caught. In goes Daniel. A quick hand pass. Stretch. He's caught. They're tackling hard. Sharon's in there. Nicky Wimnar. And also as Sharon gets it out of defence to Brian Wilson. Wilson, oh, wobbly looking kick was a shocker. Straight to Sheldon, who's been absolutely outstanding in defence. He brings it to half forward. The mark has been taken by Steins.
Steins from centre half back towards the outer side of the ground. Frawley gets a fist of the ball. Comes St Kilda's way. Rice over the top of it. Beautiful play as he put his opponent down. Dean Rice, a lot of height. Oh, what a mark by Gotch. That is the mark of the day by the smallest man on the field.
Well, he was absolutely swamped there by the 2 Melbourne defenders, Campbell and Yates. And Brad Gotch stood his ground and took a very courageous chest mark.
And he's looking for the short one. The lead's on Lockett. Ah, that's great play. That is top play by Gotch, and a great lead, and again Lockett leads up the centre of the ground, not to the pockets. He leads to where he can kick a goal.
Oh, I used to love playing when Brad Gotch had the ball because I knew he'd always be looking for the full forward.
He's got beautiful skills, hasn't he, Bernie?
That's right, and Tony Lockett also knows that once Brad Gotch has got that ball, to make the lead, because Gotch will give it to you every time.
Well, Tony Lockett has been brilliant at full forward. He's kicked 6. Goal number 7, is it coming up? Oh, shocking looking kick. He's missed it. Straight off the side of the boot. And a few ironical boos. And certainly no malice in that.
He's missed his last 3, I think. He had 6 straight, now 6-3. Rain starts to fall again. Low, high, couldn't take the mark. Stretch. Low, high. Interesting. Up to centre half forward. Love it. Oh, might have taken a free kick there. Grant pulled off the ball. What a scrap. White on the forward line now. St.Kilda free? No. And a ball up. So Campbell's gone back onto Lockett. Lockett's got his original opponent.
At half forward, Warren Jones, geez, battled hard and gets in a hand pass to Dwyer. Dwyer to Rice. Oh, look at the backing up. Beautiful play of the Saints. Corkamielis as the rain tumbles down. Stuart Lowe, Nixon being the real surprise packet. Tries to get in the hand pass. Steins has got mud in his eye, and it's still at half forward as Yates back to Steins. Look at the mud on his face. He could hardly see the ball then as it comes to Newport. He transfers the ball across towards Brian Wilson. Wilson battling hard. He's caught. Gets in the hand pass. Play on, said the umpire. Out it comes to Jones from Gotch. Oh, gee, they're going very hard. Newport at the base of the pack. And umpire Peter Cameron will come in and bounce it. Well, he might probably throw it up, I think.
Tapped out by O'Dwyer to Johnson. Inside half forward. Oh, Lovell was pulled down by Grant. Might have taken a free. Lyon snaps for goal and is out of bounds on the full. Gary Lyon, 2 goals, 1 and 2 out of bounds. And Ken Sheldon to kick in.
He's been outstanding, Kenny Sheldon. 16 kicks and 4 hand passes. Good day's work in the back pocket. There's big Steve O'Dwyer trying to grab the mark with one hand, but Warren Jones is wherever he goes. Excellent performance by Jones. Taking on the 2 big guys today. After an outstanding game against Geelong last week, we had Damien Burke taken off the ground. Corkamielis kicks it towards the boundary line. Hurry kick by Wilson. Back towards the pocket, and there he is again. Ken Sheldon.
St Kilda going into the breeze and the rain in this quarter. And what a job they're doing. And once again, they've outscored Melbourne in this last quarter. Bailey, albeit only by a point. Newport kicks smothered. Jackson. No time, the Melbourne players. Look at the pressure by St Kilda. In there is Sheldon, underneath the pack, forcing the ball up.
Well, it's about 50 metres out from the Melbourne goal. And they've been well and truly beaten today by a fierce St Kilda side. Ricky Jackson. A hand pass. Alan Johnson. 35 metres out, fires a goal, and he's missed.
Yes, it's been a great performance by St Kilda here this afternoon. Melbourne have not been allowed to get their game going at all. They've been forced to go indirect, mainly because of the fierce tackling by St Kilda right from the word go.
Muller kicks in. O'Dwyer in front. Can't quite take the mark. Johnson again. Off the left boot. To full forward. White. Fumble. Grant is back there for St Kilda. And paddles it through for a behind. Now there's a man who's been kickless today but has done his job.
Well, that whole back line has been tremendous, particularly this guy on screen now, Ken Sheldon, as he found his niche. There's Stephen Stretch, couldn't take the mark. Jason Daniels in there after it. The real little terrier. So is Mark Dwyer, and he ended up with it again, Daniels. Towards half forward, Sharon loses it. Road gets it across to Steins. Steins hooks it back to the half forward line. David Grant, a very good mark. Over he goes to Russell Jeffrey. He might be caught. No, he gets his boot to ball. Towards half forward. Daniels couldn't take the mark. Coming through was Yates. A quick kick. Nathan Burke drops the mark. Stephen Stretch hooks it back towards the centre of the ground, and Gary Lyon, well trapped, hooks it back towards full forward though. Oh, Muller ran too hard at the ball. Brian Wilson over the back into the open goal, and he's put it through.
And that's Brian Wilson's second goal. He's had a fairly quiet afternoon. He's had a lot of kicks, 14 kicks and 6 handballs, but a lot of them have been under extreme pressure, and they've only been very short kicks. But on this occasion, there was plenty of space in the Melbourne forward line. Wilson dashed in there, and well, St Kilda, they've given them very little space to work in, and Melbourne have really struggled to get goals on the board.
So Melbourne have outscored St Kilda in this last quarter, and they got to half century before St Kilda got to a century. That's clever play. Here's Dwyer. Can he pick it up? Oh, blind hand pass. Beautiful. Lockett, 2 grabs, no mark. Oh, free kick Patering, held by the arm against the hapless Tony Campbell.
Brilliant play there by, there's a free kick against Campbell. He was all over the shoulder on Tony Lockett, and the umpire, right decision. And that was brilliant play by Mark Dwyer, dashing out of the centre. Fooled Sharon completely.
Lockett for number 7 for the 2nd week in a row. The Coleman medalist is back. He topped the ton last year. He's made his task difficult this year with a 3-week suspension. And if he keeps this up, he'll do it again.
Yes, it's great to see him back in this sort of form too, Tony Lockett, because he's a great player for St Kilda, and they really need him playing at his top for St Kilda to do well. And Tony Campbell, well, he started off on him. He's been moved away from Tony Lockett, and now he's drawn the short straw again, Peter. He's back on Tony Lockett.
I don't think I'd want to go back, but you notice both players having plenty to say to each other then, and a bit of mouthing off probably. 8 goals the difference. Saints in front, and what a great asset it is to have a good forward up there to fire at. It's where Melbourne, they're on top, but when it comes to finals football, you have to have key position players, I think. They really do fall down in a couple of the key positions. They've got away with it so far this year with their good balance and evenness. There's Kenny Sheldon again. He lost it. Grabbed by Brian Wilson to Williams. Can Wilson kick another one? Chance for his 3rd as he stabs it low, and he puts it through.
That's 2 goals to Wilson in this last quarter for a total of 3 for the match. And he's tried hard, there's no doubt about that. He's kept at it all day. But the St Kilda tackling have not allowed him really to be a dominant player in this match. There it is, 3 goals to Wilson. But a very quiet day for most of the players in this Melbourne team.
42 points the lead. O'Dwyer, the first to come out with a clear possession, overrun by Williams. Corker-Mealis threads out the hand pass. Williams off the ground. Jeffrey. Too high for Warren Jones in the middle. Picked up by Stretch. Across the ground, and Gotch takes another mark.
Bradley Gotch, formerly of Fitzroy, and I bet they'd love to have him back now. Fitzroy to Corker-Mealis. Up towards Lockett. Couldn't take the mark. Stuart Lowe knocks it on to Elphinston. Beautifully smothered by Jimmy Steins. Oh, gee, who was that charging? Was that Lockett again? It was. In he goes again, Tony Lockett. And eventually takes it to the line and over. He'll get a standing ovation for that. They love their players down here at St Kilda as he strides back, the big fella, back to his position of full forward. But 7 goals has he played well.
11.5 minutes remaining. Here's Daniels in after this again. Warren Jones being interchanged once more for Bob Jones. Warren Jones looks as though he's favouring his left arm there a little bit. Well, he does get a legitimate, dead-set standing ovation.
And deserves it too. He's beaten the Melbourne ruckman. Second week in a row that Warren Jones has played a tremendous game.
Yes, I agree with you, Bernie. He's got a big heart, always has had. So is this guy, Daniels. Alan Johnson, good tackle by Wimnar. Hand pass by Lockett. Finds Road. And Road down towards half forward. Over the back of the pack, Ricky Jackson. A quick hand pass, but waiting there was Grant. Grant to Jeffrey. He runs away without it. Here's Brian Wilson again, trying to tunnel ball it. He does to Lovell. Sean White to Ricky Jackson. Here could be another goal coming up. The little fella sprints in and puts it through.
And there's 2 goals to Ricky Jackson. Spent a little bit of time on the interchange bench. Not one of his better days. But they've kept that at Melbourne. They're restoring a little bit of pride in this last quarter. And there it is. Spills out again to Ricky Jackson. Got tremendous pace. And runs in and kicks an easy goal.
Well, the crowd getting their money's worth here. Another standing ovation for Jason Daniels as he comes off. He's run himself legless.
If this keeps going on, Drew, you'll go down there and make a cameo appearance.
Well, they'll have bleeding hands by the time they finish the game. And it's interesting that Tony Evans gets his first run for the day with 10.5 minutes remaining.
We just saw a shot of Rod Owen on the bench there, and well, I'll look forward to having him back in the side. He's an excellent player. There's Alphonston, quick kick. He's played well, Alphonston. Steins, a fairly quiet day as he kicks it long, right out there to Lockett. He couldn't take the mark. Jeffries has been a good player. To Gotch. Up to half forward. Very difficult now to handle that slippery ball as the Demons bring it away towards the half forward line. A loose ball comes to David Williams. Oh, they're backing up well now. This is Brett Bailey. He's caught now too high, I felt. Yes. St Kilda supporters not thinking so. Brett Bailey. Tony Evans is on the ground, number 44 for the Saints. Brett Bailey a long way up from goal, about 65 metres.
Wants to be careful with those high tackles too.
Oh, there's a booming kick to the pocket. Up they go. Bob Jones doesn't attempt to mark it. The former Devonport player twists it 30 metres over the line.
Well, Melbourne have come back a little bit in this last quarter. They've kicked 4 goals. St Kilda have added just 2. The Saints led by 49 points at the last change. Jackson's kick is smothered. Oh, it comes here to Johnson. Hurried kick across the face. Johnson 1 goal, 2 for the day.
All in the last quarter too, Drew. It's about the first time that Melbourne have found it easy to kick goals in this last quarter.
There's the kick in from Muller. Oh, Wimnar, a good mark. Very good mark, Wimnar, with that wet ball towards centre wing. Up they go. The fist was by Peter Road. Evans, the fresh man on the ground. Oh, Coughlin's been real workhorse today. So is Corker-Mielis. Oh, in the back. Oh, no. Oh, the St Kilda crowd roar as we see Ricky Jackson looking for Sean White, who seems to be injured. And the way he moves on the forward line, it just proves, Bernie, it's a heck of a lot easier to play in defence than on the forward line, I'd think.
Oh, definitely, Peter, yeah. But how could the umpire
agree?
How could the umpire miss that free kick? It was right in front of him, Mike Ball, and right in the back of Corker-Mielis. He let it go.
Sheldon kicks in. Oh, gee, about a 60-metre kick for a little bloke. The end of a hard game. Lovell. Williams. Centering. Wilson almost. Off the ground by Gotch. He goes back to Muller. His kick is smothered. It spills luckily for White. He stabs it to Johnson. Oh, he's bobbled it. But he'll still kick the goal. There was nobody there to put pressure on.
Yeah, Johnson kicked 2 goals too. All in this last quarter. But the game is well and truly over. St Kilda wrapped it up with 3 quarters of brilliant football. That was Muller's first mistake. Spilled to Sean White. And there's 3 Melbourne players in the goal square by themselves.
Well, at least, Bertie, they've made their score look a bit more respectable. They look like copping a real crunching at one stage. Now they're less than 5 goals down. Well, Bob Jones couldn't get that one. Coughlin, as I said, has worked very hard, and there's still 7 minutes, nearly 8 minutes of time to go. So Melbourne might even be able to score another 2 or 3 goals down that end. Look at that mud patch in the centre. But this ground in much better condition than it's been any other year I've come down here commentating. A lot more grass on the ground. Kicked away by Elphinston. Lockett was there. Now it's Steins. Oh, look at that heavy ball. It looks black. Towards half forward. A chance for the Demons again. Wilson working very hard. Has he got the backup support? No, because Jeffrey's there. Good skills as he ducks and weaves and kicks it to the centre of the ground. Great courage shown there by young Phoebe. There's Gotch. Oh, clever hand pass and finds Mark Dwyer.
Dwyer up towards half forward. Bob Jones on the chest. A long way out. Lockett leads. Campbell gets to the front though. Oh, it spills to the back to Steins. And he's kicked it into no man's land. Alan Johnson still full of running. And he's kicked a couple in this last quarter. Back he goes to stretch. Bailey. Johnson might get another possession here. Oh, well played by Evans, the fresh man. Goes to Lovell. Had it spent before he actually got the ball. Grant. Bailey once more. Up to half forward, Wilson with Jeffrey. And the ball out of play. 105 plays 77, and we have 6.5, just under 6.5 minutes to go.
Well, a couple of quick goals. And I don't think Darryl Baldock would be too happy if Melbourne finished right over the top of the Saints here. Here's Alan Johnson. They're working a lot harder now, Melbourne, than they did earlier. There's Yates being bundled out of it. And a good game of football to watch this. Frank Coughlin's been excellent. And so has Nathan Burke as he takes his mark. Play on, said the umpire. Must have been touched. Coughlin to Corkamillis. Where's Lockett? Well, the kick drops. Oh, he fell over and it fell into his hands, Graham Yates.
Yates looking to go long. He does that up to centre wing. Low from behind. Big climb. I won't say low was high again. Now to half forward. Grant dashes back to St.Kilda. Gets a dead set push in the back. And he will get his first kick for the day. Because you can't hand pass from a free kick. And there it is. Mark that down.
Well, the kick across to Sheldon. What a great day he's had. Beautiful disposal too, Kenny Sheldon. We find Robert Elphinston's right back in form. He's played well. He's back in the form we really know he can display. The centre wing. He finds Wimnar. Back to Kenny Sheldon. Sheldon a wobbly kick to Nixon, who's kicked 4 goals. Now Lockett comes out to help him. He overran the ball though. The Demons, this is Road, bringing it towards centre wing, and O'Dwyer has had a quiet day. Oh, hand pass 2 inches. In they go after it. O'Dwyer off the ground. He's still going, the big fellow. Being held was Johnson. Now what happened behind the play there?
Yeah, big O'Dwyer has given the free kick away behind play. And the free kick will be taken by Dwyer. Grabbed his Guernsey when he should have been shepherding. But there it is. Dragged him right off the ball.
That was a case of O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer. And Dwyer takes the kick. Up towards centre half forward. Jones is there. Jones Robert. Hacked out of the air by Yates. Or Phoebe it was. Almost a clever mark to Frawley. He'll get a free kick, Danny Frawley. St Kilda captain. Time running out. Don't know whether we can trust our clock anymore. It's gone back to 4 minutes. Not that much, is it? Oh yeah, about 4 minutes. Just over 4 minutes to go. Here comes Evans. Spins out of the tackle by Newport. Up to full forward. Lockett off the hands. Great football. Number 8. No, he hasn't made the distance. Way offline. And out in the forward pocket. Burke tried to keep it in. But the Saints still in attack.
11-11, plays 16-9, and Lockett moves particularly well for a guy who'd be about 17 stone, I would imagine. Nathan Burke. Stephen O'Dwyer, you've got to admire him. He's still trying so hard. Even though he's been beaten today. There's the kick to Gotch. Now, Lockett at the back flies. Ooh, nearly took it too, but Steins from in front hooks it back. Oh, the kick straight to Dwyer, but he's dropped it. Oh. Yates is there. Nothing going well. Oh, Kenny Sheldon might kick a goal. He picks it up, hooks it, and puts it through for a point.
Saints have managed just 2 goals for this last quarter, and Melbourne have added 5. Campbell to kick in, straight up the middle. Oh, geez, kicked that a long way, about 65 metres. Marked the line. Another long one. Already to centre half forward. Wilson almost a great mark. Off the ground by Muller. Well played by Rice. Grant fumbles, taken away from him by Phoebe. Well, the hand pass went behind a teammate going past. Grant off the ground. Clever kick, goes to Gotch. Wide to the wing. Dwyer from behind Johnson. Clever play.
That was great play by Mark Dwyer then, and he'll get a standing ovation. Listen to it. I think these players that only have to blink today, they get a standing ovation, but they've thoroughly deserved it. Been a very good effort by the Saints against the top team, we must remember. Alan Johnson, oh gee, 2 big fellas, Steins and O'Dwyer nearly got collected. Graham Yates from centre wing. He's looking for Sean White, now playing down at full forward. I think he was injured. That's why he's been moved. Grabbed by Wilson. Wilson back to Phoebe. He can't control the ball. Now he's going in after it. Soccers it off the ground. Danny Frawley's there. Oh, they've got tons of room. There's Lowe, the big thumper weight. Got a lot of players backing up St Kilda. Cleverly done. Out to Kenny Sheldon. He kicks it off the ground. That was Robert Elphinston who gave it to him. Now, is that on the full? It is, and Tony Evans gets the kick at half back.
Well, he tried to play on too quickly, and the kick was smothered out of bounds.
Nothing's gone right for Melbourne, has it, today? Stephen Stretch just had a quiet day. Started off on Wimnar, was moved off him. Yates has now got the job on Nicky Wimnar.
Just over a minute to go. Wait for the roar that will come with the final siren. Frawley up the centre wing. Good mark to Peter Rode. Rode to centre half forward. Wilson charging. Climbing from behind. At the front, Bailey. Hurriedly on the left boot. One out is White. But Muller sees it through from behind. And could be the final score of the game with just 45 seconds to go.
16-10. St Kilda, Melbourne 11-12. And they've hardly had a weak link. They've just worked so hard all over the field. And right from the first bounce, they tore themselves in, the Saints. And you could see even then in that first 5 minutes, they were going to be difficult to beat. Sheldon, outstanding. 22 kicks and 4 hand passes. What a day he's had in the back pocket. So if he's had that many kicks, well, it's obvious the ball's been down at Melbourne's forward line plenty of times. But they've just been too good. Starting with Jones in the ruck. Corker-Mealis has been excellent too. Here's Brett Lovett. He's tried hard. Smothered off the boot. Elphinston has been excellent. Way it comes is to Stephen Newport. His Lovett could have been grabbed when he didn't have it. Play on now, said the umpire. Gary Lyon. Out to Newport. Phoebe's there. It's tunnel balled out. Big Bob Jones is there. Bailey gets it to Ricky Jackson. Time running out. There's the kick on the siren. Now, what is it? Out of bounds on the full.
And the final score here at Moorabbin. St Kilda 16-10, 106 have defeated Melbourne 11-12, 78. The 12th team on the ladder have toppled the leaders. And you'd think it was 1966 all over again and the Saints had won the flag.
And isn't it great to see? Back to the old style football today, Peter, wasn't it?
It was tremendous.
In front of a home crowd. And they're really appreciative of the efforts that St Kilda have put up today. They thoroughly deserve that win. Right from the start, they attacked the ball harder than Melbourne. And it's just a lesson for sides coming down to Moorabbin. You cannot take St Kilda lightly when you come down to Moorabbin, especially with the heavy track as it was today.